Alright my friends, how are y'all doing out there? So today what I thought I would do is take you guys through a full body stretching and mobility routine. You know, during the week, my schedule and most people's schedule consists of some pretty, high energy, oftentimes stressful activities, and I find at the weekend it's a really nice time to have a day where you just do some more restorative movement, something to kind of calm your body down, something to reset it, and in a way I like to just think of it as giving back to your body for everything that it does for you throughout the week. So that's what we're going to do today, so you can follow along with me, adjust the movements as you need to. We all have individual bodies and we all move very differently, so you can adjust it until you feel the stretch in the area that you need to feel the stretch. You guys know what I mean. Alright, so let's get into it here. So what we'll do here to start with, oh, there's a bird singing up there. We're going to just start. You can even be seated for this if you want to, but we're going to start down on our hunkers and we're going to take an inhale in. Reach the arms up towards the sky, make yourself very tall through the torso, and exhale. Drop the hands down to the floor. Big inhale in. Reach the arms up, elongate through the spine, and exhale. Drop the arms towards the floor. And last one here. Big inhale in. Reach those arms up towards the sky, and exhale. Drop the arms towards the floor. Good. We're just going to stretch out the neck now. So what I want you to do here is reach your right arm out to the side. You're going to reach through the fingertips. It's kind of to the side, to the front a little bit. Where you should be feeling it is coming down your shoulder into your bicep here. And then what we're going to do is just grab onto our head, and very gently we're going to lift our head up, our neck up into the opposite direction here. So we should be feeling a nice stretch going down our sternocleidomastoid muscles into, which are basically neck muscles, into our pecs, into our shoulder girdle here. So we'll take 2 deep inhales in here. Again, don't force it, just nice and natural. And exhale out through the mouth. Big inhale in. Big exhale out, let it all go. Then from here, we're going to bend that elbow. We're going to kind of reach forward through the elbow, and you're going to bring your hand behind your head now, and you're going to drop your chin down towards your chest here. And what we're doing here is stretching out the back of your neck, the upper traps here. So kind of reach through that elbow here and just gently drop your head down. And we'll take 2 deep inhales in here. So big inhale in. Big exhale out. Big inhale in. Big exhale out. And you can drop that arm down, let it go. And then we shall do the other side now. So we're going to reach that arm to this side, to the forward side I like to call it. So it's not quite forward, it's not quite at the side, it's forward side here. And then we're going to grab onto our head with the opposite hand here and gently look up in the opposite direction here. So the stretch here is coming from you reaching through your fingertips while simultaneously gently looking up in the other direction here. And again, you should feel a nice stretch going down the neck, into the pecs, into the shoulder here. So nice and gentle. We take a big inhale in. And big exhale out. Big inhale in. Big exhale out. And we're going to bend that elbow, reach through the elbow here. We're going to bring our hand behind our head here. We're going to drop our chin down towards our chest here. And again, you should feel a lovely stretch going down those left traps as you do this. So big inhale in, big exhale out. Big inhale in, big exhale out. And then drop it down. Shake that all out, shake it all out. Now for this next one, you'll need either a resistance band or you could do it with a broomstick either. You can do it sitting down, seated, or they're both the same thing. You do it sitting down on the floor on your hunkers, or you can do it standing up either, whichever you prefer. And this is called Around the World, so this is amazing for opening up the whole shoulder, pectoral girdle. I know myself, I tend to have quite rounded shoulder posture, partly due to scoliosis, but just partly due to sitting down at a desk, all that type of stuff, sedentary lifestyle. So we want to open it all up again and put our shoulders back into a good position again, okay? So you're going to grab onto a resistance band here. I'd say start with a wider grip if you are new to this. Actually start with a wider grip in general, and then if you find it's a bit too easy, then you can narrow your grip here. So what we're going to do here is reach our arms up overhead. We're going to keep the arms straight here, and then we're going to bring it back. Now, as you do this here, you're thinking about squeezing your shoulder blades together, and you should feel a big stretch going down your pecs, right into that shoulder, right into the bicep, possibly down into the forearms. So we're going to hold this here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to lower the band down towards our booty, and then what comes up must come down. So we're going to bring it back around. You're going to locate the point here where you feel the biggest stretch along your pecs and into your forearms, and we're going to hold that for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then bring it back around. You should feel, well, I don't know if you will or not, I know I do feel all sorts of cracks happening in my shoulders as I do that, but in a really nice kind of way. So keep the arms straight, find the point where you feel the biggest stretch, try and keep tension out of your neck, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower it down. And this one can be a little bit intense, right? So as I said, start out nice and wide if you aren't used to this. Okay, and hold there again when you find that point again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back around. There is a muscle located in the armpit called the Serratus Anterior, and what I found is a lot of people I work with who have scoliosis tend to have very tight Serratus anteriors, including myself. So this is a really nice way to open it out. It's really nice if you do a lot of chest work in the gym. If you've rounded shoulder posture, it's amazing because it also gets a really nice stretch into your forearms and your bicipital groove as well. Oh god, but it is intense. Oh, so we'll do another one here, guys, and then we'll move on. So tension out of the neck, we're just feeling that stretch. Down the arms, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, lower down, and back around one more time. Keep the arms nice and straight. Elbows locked, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and back around. And you should feel all sorts of crack in your neck there. Oh my god, I love that one. I hate it at the time, but I love it afterwards. So now what we're going to do here, guys, is just do a couple of hip rotations just to open us up in the hips. So get your legs out nice and wide here. Your hands can be behind you. And basically all we're going to do here is keep our butt in the same position, and we're just going to drop our hips from side to side here. Okay, so I find with myself there's a tendency to travel as I'm doing this exercise, like travel my body forward. Hello, Mr. Bird. You're quite loud today, aren't you? So to really keep it in, make sure the hips are leading the movement, I like to just make sure that my ass is staying anchored in the same place here. And this is just a really nice way to gently open it up here. So we're making like right hand angles out of our legs as we come from side to side here. And what we can do here after we've done a few of these is we'll drop it to one side, and then what you can do here is lift up through your hips, reach your arm up to the sky, and open over your body here. So we're getting a really nice stretch into those side lats here, and then we'll do the opposite side. So drop the knees down, reach up, squeeze the glutes at the top, reach that arm up over the side of the body, and bring it back down to center. And again, you can take this one at your own pace here. Lift up through the hips, squeeze the glutes, reach that arm up and over the side, and then bring it back down. And then we'll do the opposite side. So initiated by lifting up through the hips, squeezing the glutes, lifting up to the side, and back down. Oh, and I really love this one for opening up the side body, because it tends to get quite tight, and my knees tend to come off the floor with it because I'm a little bit tight in that area, but you want to try and keep your hips fastened to the floor as much as possible. Okay, so now we're just going to come to one side here. You're going to get your arm in front here, and we're just going to do a couple of rotations, side to side here. And this is just a nice little gentle way of opening up the mid back here, which is an area if you got scoliosis, or just if you're a person living in modern day society, you probably have a real stiff thoracic spine, middle back. So this is just a nice little way, gentle way to open it up, get a little bit of movement into the mid body here. So we'll just do a couple more here. Think about rotating from the mid body here, the mid spine. And we'll just do one more, and then we'll drop the arm down, and we'll switch sides. So drop those knees down to the side, and then we'll open up. And you'll probably feel a noticeable difference one side to the other if you have scoliosis, just due to the rib cage rotation. I find, this side I'm kind of range of motion is a little bit limited, so I don't give myself a hard time over it, and just try my best and just kind of moving away. That feels real good. Feels real good. Okay, so we'll do a couple more here, and then we'll move on to some leggings. Okay, good. Okay, now we'll come back to center again, and what we are going to do this time here is, before we even go into legs, I actually want to do a couple of spinal wormies here. So this is basically what we're going to do here is start making a circle out of our hips here, and you can start bringing the whole spine into it as well. So you're just imagining here that you're trying to draw a chalk circle with your body here. So you're bringing it up towards the sky, you're bringing it to the left, you're dropping the hips down, and then you're bringing it to the other way. And this one is kind of fluid here. We want to just kind of work with your own body here. You might find that you're particularly really tight in an area, so just take your time moving through this. I have a little bit of tightness happening in the low back today, so I'm just gonna take my time, move through it really slowly here, and then we'll come and do it in the opposite direction here. Alright, and then we'll reverse the movement here. So dropping the hips down, bringing it to the right, bringing it to the left here. If you're a bit tighter in the upper body, you can think about articulating the movement through your shoulders rather than your hips here. There's no right or wrong, it's kind of whatever is feeling good to you today. But I like doing these little ones to just open everything up and get a feeling real good. Okay friends, so now what we're going to do is stretch out the calves in a downward dog position here. So you're going to start by getting your hands stacked underneath your shoulders, knees are bent, you're going to lift the hips up and back here. And what I want you to do in this position here is start paddling out your feet. So you're bending one knee, while simultaneously you're trying to drop the other heel towards the floor here. And you're going to hold on each side. Each time you drop a heel down, you're going to hold that hold. Hold that hold for about 3 seconds here to really feel that stretch going down the calf before you switch sides here. Oh man, it feels real good. And you can take one foot off the floor here. I find that kind of helps increase the stretch. Increase the stretch in the calf, which is ultimately what we want. We want to try and drop that heel down towards the floor. And then switch sides. Oh man, okay. And then from here, what we're going to do is lift our right leg up into the air. Make sure your hips are squared to the floor here, and you are going to bring that knee forward into a little runner's lunge here. So what we want to make sure here is our hips are squared. You want this front leg making about a right hand angle here. We're going to squeeze that back arse cheek here. And what we're going to do here is lunge the body forward. Now you want to make sure here your ass is not sticking out backwards. So you squeeze the glute, tuck the pelvis in, and then from here we lunge forward here. And you should feel a nice little stretch here happening into your left hip flexors here. So reach the arms up overhead, really reach through those fingertips. Slight arch back, and then we're going to side bend over towards the right. And you should feel here a nice delicious stretch happening into the left hip flexors here. So take one big inhale in here and exhale out. Bring the arms back towards center and back down towards the floor. Now we're going to bring that leg back. We're going to send our hips up and back again into downward dog. We're going to pedal out, pedal out those calves again, one by one. Remember, you're trying to drop that heel down towards the floor here. Oh, to get a nice little stretch. You should feel nice little, I always feel little cracks in my upper spine when I do this. It feels quite nice. And then this time here, guys, we're going to lift that left leg up into the air. And we're going to send it forward into that runner's lunge here. So, getting the hips squared here. Depending on the length of your legs, you might want to lunge the leg a little bit more forward here. And you're going to squeeze that back arse cheek here. We're going to lunge forward here, keep the pelvis in a nice tucked position. Reach the arms up overhead here. You should feel a delicious stretch into that right hip flexor here. From here, we'll send the arms back into the little arch and we'll side bend over towards the left. Now you can leave this part out if you want. If you're already feeling a stretch, just reaching the arms up or just actually having the arms by your side, feel free to adjust it as needs be, my friends. But this is just to give you that extra little stretch, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Alright, arms back towards center and coming down. And from here, we can send that leg back and then we'll come back up into our downward facing dog one more time. Paddle out those calves. They tend to get tight if you're coming to total body conditioning class. You'll get tight calves because we do a lot of plyometric type of work. It really challenges calves and hamstrings. And then from here, guys, we're going to send our hips forwards into a plank position. We're going to lower ourselves towards the floor. We're going to pop the hips on the floor, roll our shoulders back, and we're going to press into the hands and look up to the sky here into a little Cobra Pose. All right, and we're trying to keep shoulders away from neck here in this position. From here, what you can do is drop your left hip down towards the floor, rotate towards the right. It's going to give you a nice little delicious stretch into that back. This doesn't feel good, you can keep with the Cobra Pose, but if it does, stretch into it. And we'll come back towards center. Keep the glutes squeezed as you're doing this, and then we'll look over the right shoulder or the left shoulder, drop the right hip down, and breathing here. Big inhale in Big exhale out. And get a nice little stretch into the abs. And then from here, we'll just let the hands drop onto the floor like so. Okay guys, from here what we're going to do is a couple of scorpions. So you're going to need your resistance band again if you got one. If you don't have one, you can always just do this without. And imagine you have a resistance band in your hand. So we're going to stretch out the back here. Essentially we're stretching out the mid-back and get a little bit of stretch into the hips as well. So what you want to do here is start with your arms up overhead. What we're going to do here is rotate the body over towards the left here by bending the right knee. We're going to lift our hips up and over. We're going to look over towards the right, and then we're going to bring our body back towards center, and then do the other side. So we're initiating this movement here through the hips, through bending that knee, reaching the arm up over to the side, and then coming back towards center. And oh my god, this is the most magical stretch here for loosening up that mid-back and those hips and into the shoulders here. Oh my gosh, does it feel good. And you just take your time with it, okay? Only stretch as far as feels good, but you can initiate the movement through bending that knee, driving the arms up over, looking up towards the sky, and then coming back towards center. You can take your time with this. If it feels really good to you to stay on one side for a bit, feel free, my friends. Feel free. Oh, I'm feeling all sorts of cracks today. My body is really tight after total body conditioning and just the busyness of the week. So this feels really good. And then the opposite side here, guys. Reaching up and over. Oh, that bit of sunshine is delish. And then coming back towards center again. Ooh. Oh man, that feels really, really good. Okay guys, we'll gently come up from there, and now we will stretch out our quads. So area that tends to get extremely tight. Many of us are quite quad dominant due to sitting down all day. So let's stretch them out. You can hold on to a wall for this one if you need to, but we're going to again bring the right foot forward into a lunge position here. You want to be making about a 90-degree angle over that front foot here. Hips are squared here, and then you are just going to grab onto your foot or your ankle here, or you can use a resistance band to strap on, okay? And then from here you're going to squeeze that back arse cheek, tuck your pelvis in, and as you do that here, you're keeping your body in a nice upright vertical position here. And you should feel big stretch going down the quads. You're trying to get that heel up towards the bum here. Keep that pelvis tucked under by squeezing the butt cheek. And we're just going to hold this here for 2 deep breaths. Big inhale in. Big exhale out. Big inhale in. Big exhale out. And then we'll drop that foot down towards the floor. And we'll do our runner stretch now. So awesome stretch for the calves here and the hamstrings. So you are going to straighten out that front foot, point the toe back towards your face. You're going to hinge your hips back here. We want to think about keeping our back nice and flat so we're not rounding to try and get deeper into the stretch. And you can grab onto your foot here or your ankle, wherever your flexibility allows you. And you should feel here a lovely stretch going down the back of that calf. Really try and flex the foot back towards your face. Take an inhale in. And an exhale out. And take an inhale in. And take an exhale out. I'm going to drop that foot down now. we are going to actually just come into a pigeon pose to stretch out the glutes here. So this right front foot here, the right foot, you're going to cross it in front of you. Ideally you want to be making about a right hand angle, but who got hips that mobile? Not me. So crossing them over, and then you're trying to again just keep your hips nice and level here. And then basically what we're doing here is keeping our back flat. We're going to bring our elbows towards the floor, and we're going to lower down until we feel a stretch in that right glute here. Okay, so you want to try and keep your torso over the front knee as much as possible here, and you're just gently letting your head drop towards the floor here. And we'll just relax into this stretch here for a few breaths. Again, you should be feeling a nice stretch here in the belly of your glute. So we'll take a big inhale in here. And exhale out. And inhale in here. And exhale out. And then from there, just slowly bring the hands up, and then you can just uncross the leg, bring it back behind you. We're going to do that same sequence on the other side. So we'll start with the quad stretch here. So bringing the left leg forward into a 90-degree angle here. What we're going to do here is grab onto the back of the foot. Again, you can use a wall here if you need to. You're trying to bring that heel up towards the ankle here, or heel up towards the butt, I should say. You're going to squeeze that back butt cheek to keep yourself in a nice elongated position here with a neutral pelvis. And again, you should be feeling big stretch going down the quad here. So keep the torso nice and upright. And we'll just hold this here for 2 deep breaths in here. So big inhale in. Big exhale out. Big inhale in. Big exhale out. And we'll drop that foot down. And let's stretch out this front leg here. Stretch out the calf and the hamstring. So straighten the leg, point the toe towards your face. Hinge your hips back, keep your spine nice and neutral, and come on and grab onto wherever is comfortable here. And we'll take 2 deep inhales in here. So big inhale in, and exhale out. Inhale in. And exhale out. Then from here, you'll cross that front leg over. Try to ideally get a right hand angle out of it, but if you can't, no worries. Just try to keep the hips squared. And again, we're going to drop the forearms down onto the floor here, and just let our head gently rest towards the floor. Aiming here to feel a nice stretch in that left glute max area. And so we'll take big inhale in, and exhale out. Big inhale in, big exhale out. And one more here for good measure. So it feels real good. Big inhale in. Big exhale out. And then from here, we'll just drop our booty towards the floor. And we're going to finish up here, guys. We're lying down on our backs, and we're going to do a nice little bit of a supine stretch for the lower back here. So bring the arms out to the sides, keep your shoulder blades planted on the floor here with the knees bent. What we're going to do here is drop our knees down towards the left. We're going to kick that right leg over. We're going to look towards the opposite side. Then we're going to bring the feet back towards center. Drop the knees towards the other side. So we're doing like a cross rotation here where our head is looking in the opposite direction to where we are kicking the leg across. And as you do this here, you should feel really nice opening in that lower back. It's going to increase the stretch here is just keeping those shoulder blades planted on the floor and looking in the opposite direction here. And this is just an amazing way to loosen up your back. It's an area that, oh my god, it gets stiff. Oh my gosh, does it get stiff. So this is a way that we can help open it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Alright, so just moving at your own pace here, guys. If it feels nice on one side to kick it out, you can hold that for a second, breathe into it before you drop to the other side. Kick it out and back to center. Oh, and I could just do this all day long. I love it. Alright guys, but we won't for the sake of you know, making it a doable video. We'll just do one more to the left. Oh, feels good. Drop it down. And then we'll just come back towards center. And to finish up here, guys, what I'm going to have y'all do is just bring your knees in towards your chest. You're going to hug yourself in, and you're just going to let your body roll from side to side here. Give your back a little bit of a massage here. This might feel easier or harder depending on rib humps and all that type of thing, but you know, just work with your own body here. Alright, so just a little massage side to side, and then maybe we'll kick the legs out and we'll end in a little happy baby pose. So get the hands out, grab the outside of your feet here, straighten out the legs here, nice and wide. Oh my god, and this is really nice for the back of the traps into the hamstrings as well. So kick those legs out nice and wide here. We'll take 3 deep inhales in this position. Big inhale in, big exhale out. Big inhale in, big exhale out. And last one here, big inhale in, big exhale out. And then we'll just bring the legs back towards the floor. Roll over onto our side in fetal position. And slowly bring ourselves back up. Well done, my friends. Hopefully that relaxed you somewhat. No, I feel a lot better after that. And yeah, you can incorporate this in whenever you're feeling stiff, tired, stressed. This would be a nice way to re-energize you and, you know, give your body that thank you for all that it does for you. So thanks for joining me again today, friends, and I send you all my love and blessings.